Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back after a couple years. I am back, haircut and all. Wonder what happened to the afro? I donated to some kids' cancer thing. Then they asked me if I wanted to buy a T-shirt. I told them no. They had my hair. That was enough for the kid. So some little kids rocking an afro right now. My little introduction. I have a very serious topic I want to speak on. This is going to be part one out of two parts. Um, I'm going to be speaking on Zimmerman and Trayvon. Hope I said his name right. This, I mean, this had me pretty sad when I first heard about it, almost to the point of tears. Um, this is just sick. But I want to start by making a few points. I want to say, either way, Zimmerman should be in jail right now. And I really want to get in depth to this. This will be part one, me getting in depth to this. Part two, I want to speak about race wars and political gain in this situation. That's the college lesson in the part two. The part one just the fun, me talking. But I had a situation about 3 years ago. Oh, let me begin property. Let me begin property. About 3 years ago, I had a situation where I was preparing for a jog. So I was walking through my neighborhood. In the process of walking through my neighborhood, um, I started getting trailed by a car. True story, about 3 years ago. I quickly did a quick turn to see who it was. I'm in my jogging attire, t-shirt, shorts, so that kind of stuff. Um, it's a little lady in her car. She's either Korean or Hispanic. I couldn't tell, and that's not important to the point. But when I got a quick glance at her, I know she's on her phone, so I knew she's talking to the police. So I'm like, I'm not going to give her a reason. So I just kept walking forward, paid her no mind. Now then, she trailed me for a while, never got out of her car, and she left. Never seen her again. Now then, that this story has importance to this. I want to make Zimmerman in the nicest way I can make him look right now to prove how stupid it is that he's not in jail right now. Now, they say all the facts aren't out yet and whatnot, but from the facts that I've seen from the phone calls that I heard, everything points for this man to be in jail. So, y'all will be Zimmerman, if I can speak, and I'll be Zimmerman too, okay? And just picture yourself in this while I give my story. Y'all ready? Story time. I'm Zimmerman. I'm driving through my neighborhood. I'm in the watch. I made myself the lead guy of the watch or whatever. I see suspicious man, Trayvon. In my story, I'm going to be doing a lot of lying. I'm going to be doing a lot of lying. I'm letting you guys know this ahead of time. I'm going to lie a lot. So don't go in my comments posting stupid stuff because I'm going to be lying right now. Trayvon is 6'5", 300 pounds, muscular dude. Built dude. It's raining, but he's wearing a hoodie. And I'm Zimmerman, so I'm suspicious. So I'm going to start trailing him. And I'm calling the police. There's a suspicious guy in here, And the dispatcher's going to tell me, okay, don't follow him. We got this. Don't follow him. Oh, they always get away. All right. Got off the phone with the dispatcher. First point. If Trayvon had me concerned enough, did I call the police? And the police, well, the dispatcher said not to follow him. Why would I continue to follow him? See, if I was Zimmerman in this part of the story, the situation would have been done. This guy caused enough fear in me that I'm thinking he robbed somebody. He may have a weapon. I don't know. That I got my gun with me just in case. But I'm going to call the police. He caused enough situation with me and concern with me that I called the police. Why would I continue to follow him after the dispatcher told me not to? Another point. Remember, I have my gun on me. I'm Zimmerman. I have my gun on me. Do I really want the police to come over here while I have my gun on me? Gives them reason to shoot me. But I digress. I'm Zimmerman, so I'm like, you know what? They told me not to follow, but I'm tired of this neighborhood getting robbed. We get robbed so much. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep following this 6'5", 300-pound Trayvon. So I'm following him. My next slide is coming up, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm following him. Trayvon notices me following him. Oh, he's eyeing me down. He sees me. He sees me. Trayvon comes up to my car, right? Because at this point in my story, I'm still in the car. Trayvon's knocking on my window. What's up, man? Man, get out the car, man, you punk. Man, why your nose look big like that? I'll make it big. I'll give you a fatter lip. Homie, get out right now. I'll stomp you. And at this point, I'm scared because I already called the police, you know? And I decided, oh man, I didn't want him to get away, but this guy can easily beat me up. 6'5", 300 pounds. So, should I leave? Oh yeah, and Trayvon's talking about my mom too. So my mom's a whore or something. So should I leave or should I stay? And again, I don't know if he has any weapons on him. He caused me enough concern that I called the police. But you know what? I'm Zimmerman. I got little man syndrome too. It's like, you know what, man? I'm tired of this. Get out my car, stand up. All right, man. I already know what's gonna happen. I'm out my car. You're out here. So we start scrapping. We start getting down. Of course, since Trayvon's so much bigger than me, he takes mad advantage in the fight, and I'm on the ground on my back just getting beat up. Next point I want to make. Whose fault is it now that I, Zimmerman, am getting beaten up? Whose fault is it? I called the police. Calling the police means I had enough concern that this guy might be a threat. The police dispatcher told me not to follow him. I continue to follow him. I get out of the safety of my vehicle. Now I'm on the ground getting beaten. Whose fault is it? Now I got an example for y'all. Let's say there's a kid in a candy store, and the kid's mom tells him, yeah, I'll get you some candy, but you'll eat it later. So while the kid's in the store, the kid's like, you know what, I want this now. And the kid eats the candy. Then the mom spanks the kid. The kid heard what the authority told him. Do not eat the candy. And still ate the candy and got a spanking for it, so he got his whooping for it. Whose fault is it? Should you feel sorry for the kid? Kid's learning his lesson. Zimmerman was told by the authority not to follow. Not only did he follow, but he got out of his car. According to his story, he's on the ground getting beaten. He's getting beaten up, yelling for help. Help, help! But he's just getting destroyed. Whose fault is this? Is Zimmerman not a grown man to make his own decisions? Because Zimmerman have said, you know what? This guy, he looks like a threat. Enough of a threat that I called the police. I should stay in the safety of my car. Maybe drive home. Drive away from the situation. Police will be here. Nope, he got out. Whose fault is it? Now, I'm not talking about the shooting just yet. But based on those facts, I say it's his fault. And I say the spanking that he gets from that beating, that's just punishment for not listening to the authority. Now, then make a few more points, and I'm going to get to part 2 a little bit later. Now, then, me being Zimmerman, I'm getting the punishment like the kid that ate the candy that wasn't supposed to, that disobeyed authority. That kid got a spanking, I'm getting my spanking. Yelling for help, nobody's helping me. Zimmerman's story. So I'm scared to pull out my gun. I shoot him. 300-pound, 6'5", Trayvon's down. But I was defending myself in my story. So I was getting beat up. Whose fault is it that he's dead? Did Trayvon ask to be followed? Did Trayvon ask to have the police called on him? Did Trayvon ask him to continue following him and get out of his car? Did Trayvon, that night was Trayvon like, you know what? I want to fight somebody. I already want to fight somebody, I hope somebody trails me right now so they get out the car and we could fight. Was Trayvon already thinking that? Do you expect 17-year-old Trayvon was thinking that, you know what, I expect to get in a fight. I got my Skittles, I got my iced tea, I'm ready to get down, man. Bring it on, world. I'll fight anybody. Do you really think that he was thinking this in his mind? Was he looking for a fight? If I'm going to get in a fight, if I'm in the ring, I got my gloves. People get in fights, they get prepared. They bring knives, guns. Was Trayvon looking for a fight that night? That's part one.